Love it or hate it, Attack on Titans ending broke the fandom, but some takes are hotter than others. Well, here are my 10 opinions about AOT that will definitely start a war in the comments. Well, I don't really care. Let's just get straight to it. First on the list, number one is Eren did nothing wrong, and that's what makes him great. This is not about justifying genocide, no. The hot take is from that moment he kissed Historias and saw the future. He ceased to be a free agent. He wasn't making a choice, he was walking a predetermined path where he was powerless to change. Calling him fascist or evil misses the point of his tragic Greek-like imprisonment by fate. Is more or less a slave to freedom. And then the second one is the Alliance are the real villains of the final arc. Okay, look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. On a purely utilitarian inward level, the Alliance's actions are arguably more destructive than Eren's. Eren's rumbling, as horrific as it sounds, had a clear goal: ensure Paradis survival. The Alliance stops the rumbling with no plan, ensuring that Paradis and the rest of the world will immediately descend into an even more brutal extended war. They fought for their own moral comfort, not for a better future. The third one is that Annie's arc was complete and her redemption doesn't need a forgiveness scene at all. People get mad that she's chilling with the others at the end, but Annie never wanted forgiveness. She just wanted to go home to her dad. Her arc was about learning to care about basically anything again after a lifetime of survival. Her bonding with Armin and even saving him wasn't about earning a gold star. It was the first time she chose to protect someone for non-selfish reasons. She doesn't need the audience or the other characters to start forgiving her for what she didn't actually want. So yeah, that's it. Then the fourth the fourth one is the the I don't want that scene is actually masterful, not cringe. Yep. The fan base memes this into oblivion, but it is one of the most brutally honest confessions in anime. Eren isn't a stoic hero. He is a traumatized 19-year-old kid facing his own death. He is admitting that beneath the titan shifting, world destroying facade, is just a jealous, possessive kid who doesn't want the girl he likes to move on. And well, we both agree it's ugly and pathetic, which is exactly what makes it such raw human characterization. And then the fifth one is Historia's pregnancy was a brilliant, although frustrating plot device. Yes, we wanted to see her fight, but her pregnancy served a dual purpose that makes a perfect narrative sense. Number one, it gave the Yeagers a reason to keep her alive and buy time, as she couldn't be forced to eat Zeke while pregnant. And then secondly, it perfectly symbolized her character arc, where she stopped being the useful queen who fights and started being a symbol of hope and continuation of life in a world hell bent on death. Her child is basically the ultimate middle finger to the cycle of violence. The sixth is Mikasa is a better character than she gets credit for. The fandom reduces her to just obsessed with Eren, but her arc is about the painful process of emotional emancipation. She spends the entire story fighting for a boy who constantly pushes her away, and her ultimate character moment is choosing to kill the very thing she was conditioned to protect. Her strength was never just physical, it was the strength to finally let go. And then, for my seventh opinion, Flock was right. Okay, Not about everything, but hear me out. From the perspective of a regular person on Paradise, Flock is the only one acting rationally. He saw his comrades literally fed to dogs. He watched the people who were supposed to protect them, the scouts, side with the global oppressors. He saw the outside world unanimously vote to exterminate his own. His extreme nationalism is a direct logical consequence of the world's hatred for paradise. Is more or less the tragic villain created by the story's circumstances. And then the eighth one is the ending we got is better than any happy ending could ever be. A clean victory for the Alliance would have betrayed the entire team of the show. You know. The cycle of violence is not something you can just punch your way out of. The final part, showing paradise in ruins far in the future, prove the central thesis that violence is an inescapable part of human nature. It's a bleak, honest ending, not always a fairy tale. And then, second to the last, is Isayama should have had the guts to kill more main cast in the final arc. Yes. For a series that was already famous for killing its darlings, the final battle had massive plot armor. Connie, Jean, Annie, Pick, they all should have died. Their survival with Jean and Connie even becoming titans only to be immediately saved basically cheapened the stakes of the rumbling. If the end of the world isn't a death sentence for your core cast, what is? And then the tenth on the list is Armin is the most realistic and therefore most annoying character. Everyone loves a confident hero, yes, and other family hero, yes. Amin is not one. He is an anxious, indecisive intellectual who is constantly second guessing himself and seeking validation. In a world of brash action heroes, his realistic hesitation and guilt can feel frustrating, but that is the point. He represents the paralyzed, thoughtful human response to impossible situations, which is often far less satisfying to watch than just watching Titans smash things up. Yeah. So those are my hottest Attack on Titan takes. If you agree with all of them, we're probably soulmates. And well, if you don't, it's expected. But let me know in the comments why you disagree with me. I'll be waiting to argue with you. Yeah. So, and that's it. See you on the next one, guys.